Welcome to the Investor's Voice. I'm Jackie. Dow Jones futures rose early Wednesday, along with S&P 500 futures and NASDAQ futures, fueled by Nike and FedEx earnings leading the charge. The stock market rally snapped a four-day losing streak. Perhaps Wednesday could offer more of a bounce. But the S&P 500 and NASDAQ are still some distance below their 50-day moving averages. Meanwhile, Apple flirted with undercutting its bear market low on Tuesday, a day after Amazon.com did. Tesla continued to plunge Tuesday, round-tripping all its gains since the August 2020 stock split. Tesla stock rose modestly early Wednesday after Elon Musk again pledged to find a new Twitter CEO. Tesla reportedly is eyeing fresh layoffs. On the plus side, oilfield services play Schlumberger, Halliburton, and Profrac are showing strength, with Schlumberger stock and SCDC stock flashing early buy points Tuesday. Dow Jones giant Nike and FedEx reported earnings late Tuesday, also offering some sense about the holiday shopping season. Nike earnings and sales top views, but inventories surged 43% versus a year earlier. Margins fell due to markdowns. Nike stock spiked 12% in pre-market trade, signaling a move back above the 200-day line. Shares edged up 0.2% to 103.21 on Tuesday. Nike earnings also lifted Under Armour, Adidas, Lululemon, and Foot Locker before the open. FedEx earnings topped views, but revenue fell short. FDX stock jumped 6% in extended trade. Shares closed down 2.6% to 164.35 below the 50-day line. Our Tribal Ups also rose. Dow Jones futures climbed 1% versus fair value, with Nike stock offering a boost. S&P 500 futures advanced 0.8%. NASDAQ 100 futures rallied 0.6%. Crude oil futures rose 2%. The 10-year Treasury yield fell 3 basis points to 3.65%. The stock market rally erased opening losses and closed slightly higher. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.3% in Tuesday's stock market trading. The S&P 500 index climbed 0.1%, with Tesla stock the index's worst performer. The NASDAQ Composite edged up 1 point. The small-cap Russell 2000 advanced 0.5%. Apple stock fell as low as 129.89 within 1% of its June bear market low of 129.04. Shares rebounded to close down 7 cents to 132.30. Amazon stock edged up 0.3% after briefly undercutting Monday's fresh bear low. U.S. crude oil prices rose 1.2% to $76.09 a barrel. Natural gas prices sank 9% after tumbling more than 11% on Monday. The 10-year Treasury yield rose 10 basis points to 3.68% after popping 10 basis points on Monday. The Bank of Japan on Tuesday turned slightly hawkish, letting Japan's 10-year yield rise as high as 0.5%. The 2-year yield, more closely tied to Fed policy, was essentially flat at 4.27%. On Friday, investors will get the November PCE inflation report, with economists expecting another notable drop in overall and core inflation. Among growth ETFs, the shares expanded tech software sector ETF, IGV, rose 0.5%. The VanEck Vector Semiconductor ETF fell 0.6%. Reflecting more speculative story stocks, ARK Innovation ETF edged down 0.2%, hitting a fresh 5-year low. ARK Genomics ETF rose 0.8%. Tesla is a major holding across Arkansas Invests ETFs. SPDR S&P Metals and Mining ETF popped 2.6%, and the Global ex-US Infrastructure Development ETF edged up 0.4%. U.S. Global Jets ETF advanced 0.4%. SPDR S&P Homebuilders ETF gave up 0.55%. The Energy Select SPDR ETF rebounded 1.5%, and the Financial Select SPDR ETF climbed 0.4%. The Healthcare Select Sector SPDR Fund closed fractionally lower. Oil services firms are rallying, even with crude prices near one-year lows, perhaps in anticipation of stronger prices in 2023. ExxonMobil and Chevron recently released their capital spending plans for next year, suggesting strong demand for services firms such as Halliburton, Schlumberger, Profrac, and more. Fellow oil services giant Halliburton bounced above its 21-day line, up 3.8% to 37.42, still close to its 50-day line. Halts stock is a 40.09 buy point from a deep cup with handle base, according to MarketSmith analysis. It doesn't have an obvious early entry. The handle will be long enough to be its own base after this week. Profrac stock jumped 6.9% to 23.23 back above its 50-day and 21-day lines and breaking a recent downtrend, much like SLB stock. That could serve as an early entry. Active stock should have a new consolidation with a 27.10 buy point after this week. Profrac stock came public at 18 a share. It's had 3 bases since then, with the breakouts not working for long. SLB stock rose 3.9% to 51.76, moving back above the 50-day and 21-day moving averages, and arguably breaking a tight downward sloping trend line, making a case for an early entry. Schlumberger stock is back in a still valid buy zone from a deep cut base. SLB stock is set to have a new base with a 56.14 buy point after this week. Tesla stock dived 8.1% to 137.80, hitting yet another 2-year low. Shares of the EV giant have plunged 67% from the November 2021 peak and 29% just in December. Tesla stock has now round-tripped its advance since its August 2025 for 1 stock split. Tesla stock split 3 for 1 in August 2022 as well. Tesla China sales slowed for a second straight week, according to weekly registration data. That's despite ever-increasing year-end incentives, which are set to end on January 1st, along with China EV subsidies. Elon Musk's Twitter saga is raising concerns of significant damage to the Tesla brand. Many long-term notable Tesla bulls are increasingly critical of Musk. Evercore and Daiwa Capital Markets on Tuesday cut Tesla stock price targets, both citing Twitter. Oppenheimer downgraded Tesla on Monday. Tesla stock failed to rally Monday, despite Elon Musk saying he would step down as Twitter's CEO after polling Twitter users on that issue. Shares kept tumbling Tuesday, even as the major indexes and many leading stocks tried to make a stand. The heavy volume selling in the past several weeks suggests big institutions are unloading or pairing Tesla stock holdings. Late Tuesday, Musk says he will step down as Twitter chief as soon as he finds a successor, and that he'll run the software and server teams. Tesla is implementing a hiring freeze and will begin a new wave of layoffs in early 2023, Electric reported, citing sources. Tesla stock rose 2% early Wednesday. After a sharp sell-off from the December 13th highs, the stock market rally ended its losing streak, barely. The major indexes were looking oversold and arguably due for a bounce. They got one, though it wasn't much. The Dow Jones found support at the 50-day line, but the other key indexes didn't make any notable technical moves. The stock market rally remains under pressure. IPL stock bounced from near bear market lows, but that doesn't mean it'll continue to do so. Many leading stocks found support at key levels, but whether they'll hold and rebound strongly is largely dependent on the overall market. Energy names could be a partial exception, given how they trade on underlying crude oil or natural gas prices. Oil services firms such as SLB stock and coal producers like Consolidated Energy are doing better right now.